Let me run you guys through how I went break even trading NQ today. So let's just get straight into it. So starting off on the 4 hour, my bias was bullish to be honest. We were in this really major uptrend, and I don't see a reason for us to go lower because the next drawn liquidities are all the way up here. Okay, moving down to the 15 minute. Pre-market, we were inside of this 15-minute fair value gap right here. However, I waited for news to drop at, 8:30 New York time, which was right here. And then after news dropped, we had continued lower into this. I think it was a 1 hour fair value gap. Yeah, 1 hour fair value gap right here, and this order block right here. Start of this 4 hour order block right here, and then we started getting a really nice reaction up. We had a really big rejection wick, and then we had a lot of fair value gaps on the, I think, 1, 2. They had 2 minute there. We had a 1 minute right here, and then I waited for the 3 minute to close because it's the highest time frame out of all of them. And then what happened? I'll go into the 30 second. We had this just instantaneous pump all the way up, and as soon as I saw that, I went break even. It's not that I'm scared of losing. It's because we entered this 30 second SIBI right here, and there's no reason for us to have this really impulsive move up, and then not continue all the way up to the strong drawn liquidity the news highs. And as you guys can see, I was correct. I ended up getting stopped out of break even right here. You can watch my video on that on my shorts, TikTok or Instagram. And then you can see I avoided a loss. And then what price did afterwards, we came all the way down into this 4 hour fair value gap, I think, and we bounced off the 0.5 from these range highs to these range lows. And then there was a really nice V-shaped reaction. You guys can see we came down and then straight back up. There was an entry on the 30 second right here. You guys can see it. This from longs from this fair value gap. It was in line with my bias. We were delivering from a 4 hour PD array and coming out of a discount. However, the fair value gap was really far to the left. You guys can see. Usually I like it if we just came here and then invested straight away, I would have entered. But because we had this chop and then this wasn't really proper displacement either. I know on the 1 minute there was no fair value gaps, so the only fair value gap to long from was the 30 second, and there was no proper displacement, which I didn't really like. That's the reason why I didn't enter. And eventually, my take profit would have got hit after about an hour, which is fine because profit is profit. But I just didn't enter. I didn't like it. Stuck to my rules. And then after the take profit for that trade would have got hit, we swept all this buy side above. We swept the news highs from earlier. We swept the buy side from earlier as well. And then we had a nice reaction downwards. We had fair value gaps on the 1 minute, the 30 second, 2 minute, 2 minutes right there, and then 3 minute. I don't even know was a fair value gap. So on the if I was to enter, I didn't enter this trade by the way. If I was to enter, I would have entered on the 2 minute because as soon as the 1 minute inverse, I think it was right here, a 2 minute fair value gap formed right below. So I don't want to be entering in that scenario. So if I did enter, I would have entered short right here. And then I probably would have went break even around there as soon as we swept that low. And you guys can see, as soon as we swept the low, came back up, would have got stopped out. And then the break even would have saved me again if I did enter. But we were quite late into New York session, which is another reason why I didn't enter. And it wasn't really the strongest drawn liquidity below. This was against my bias. As I said, I was bullish. And this LRLR wasn't the strongest. And I only would have targeted just this low inside of the 5 minute fair value gap. and that's it. So I'll show the P&L on the screen, just a bit of commission. Just a good day, follow my rules, no emotions, and yeah, that's a wrap.